morning, I'm Amit Becquerel, and let's begin with the top stories this hour. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli dubs his China visit as commendable. Main opposition Nepali Congress terms the visit as unnecessarily hyped. Trend of resigning from security institutions to find jobs abroad on the rise recently. The practice more rampant in Nepal police compared to Nepal army and armed police force. Turkey's long-standing leader Recep Tayyip Erdogan reportedly wins the country's presidential polls in the first round. And Poland crashed out of FIFA World Cup after 3-0 defeat by Colombia. Japan and Senegal play a 2-2 draw. Let's begin with the national political updates. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has dubbed his China visit as commendable. Speaking to media upon his arrival after wrapping up the 6-day state visit to the northern neighbor, Prime Minister Oli said that his visit was highly successful. Premier Oli added that the agreement signed would be implemented at the earliest. Prime Minister Oli also said that the agreements signed on railway connectivity, infrastructure development and transit were groundbreaking. Apart from a number of agreements signed during the visit, Premier Oli said that had an opportunity to hold meetings with high-profile Chinese leaders including President Xi Jinping, Prime Minister Li Keqiang, among others. The main opposition party Nepali Congress has dubbed Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's China visit as a blowing of a trumpet. Saying that the visit was unnecessarily hyped, Nepali Congress has said that the visit failed to sign any concrete agreement. Nepali Congress has taken special interest in the agreement to bring railroads from China's Kairum to Kathmandu. At a time when both the neighboring nations are competing to bring railroads to Kathmandu, Nepali Congress has viewed that the mega projects should be endorsed on grant and not loan. However, no official talks on investment have been held as of yet. Nepali Congress has also said that the talks on opening new transits during the Prime Minister's China visit was no achievement. Meanwhile, Rashtriya Janata Party Nepal, which has lent support to the government despite staying in the opposition, has said that it would like to take stock of the implementation aspect of the agreements before drawing any conclusion. Nepali Congress has claimed that no new agreements were signed during Prime Minister Oli's China visit and that the agreements were the continuation of the past agreements under the Belt and Road Initiative project. The trend of resigning from security institutions to find jobs abroad in a similar field is on the rise in recent years. This trend is seen more in Nepal police in comparison to Nepal army and armed police force. In order to fulfill the required human resources at the local level in the federal structure, the government hired 3,300 police constables in Nepal police just a few days ago. Almost double the number that were recently hired, or 6,400 policemen have already resigned from their post in the past 4 years. Just last year, 1,781 policemen resigned from the job. Moreover, 577 policemen retired in the last 2 months. Majority of those resigning are police head constables and constables. Due to poor financial incentives and poor service facilities, the lower level policemen are not satisfied with their jobs. This has led to a number of policemen resigning and looking for better opportunities abroad. Those leaving the jobs are finding security service related to jobs in Macau and other Gulf nations. If this trend continues, there is a possibility of internal security information getting leaked. The federal police law that is to be promulgated should discourage the trend of security personnel resigning to find jobs abroad. And time now for a short break. For more news, do stay with us. Welcome back after the break. The government has been making significant investment in the name of introducing new programs in the country's education sector. The introduction of the grading system has in one place made the students lazy in terms of the study, while the dearth of subject teachers in community schools has also dented the quality of education. In the secondary education examination SEE results published recently, 342,826 students obtained 1.65 to 4 grade point average GPA. Another 100,000 students who secured less than 1.6 GPA won't be eligible for admission in grade 11. The majority of students in this category are from community schools. The government has been spending 18,000 rupees per student on an annual basis, amounting to 88 billion rupees every year. Students have specially lagged behind in mathematics, science and English. Students' reluctance towards hard work is evident, as students usually don't fail in the grading system. Democracy ideally means no discrimination on rights and privileges against any caste, class or community. However, there has been no progress in the lives of Tarai's Musahar community, the most marginalized Dalit community in the region. The community still largely lags behind in education, healthcare and economic condition. And in this context, we had asked the residents of Kantipur what needs to be done to improve the living standard of the Musahar community. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
शिक्षामा जोड दिनुपर्छ हैन यसको बादमा चाहिँ उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ जनचेतनाको पनि कमी छ जनचेतना पनि जागरण गर्नुपर्छ
घाममा जान्छ खट्न खटेर जागिर दिदैन सरकारहरू
बाल मृत्यु दर यो महिला मृत्यु दर सबभन्दा बढी यो समुदायमा देखिएको छ त्यसकारणले जुन संयुक्त राष्ट्र संघले 16 शताब्दी जुन विकासको लक्ष्य राखेको छ उहाँलाई पूरा गर्नको लागि मलाई नेपाल सरकार र अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय त्यो यसमा चाहिँ काम गर्नुपर्छ
पुरुषले जबसम्म सपोर्ट गर्दैन र आफू पनि जागरुक जबसम्म हुँदैन तबसम्म चाहिँ हामी अगाडि बढ्न सक्दैनौँ
छुट्टै योजना छुट्टै प्रोसेस छुट्टै मापदण्ड र छुट्टै उहाँहरूलाई फाइदा पुग्ने गरी संरचना निर्माण गर्नुहुन्छ
मुसहर समुदायको लागि बेग्लै रूपमा त एउटा रणनीतिक योजना हुनु पर्यो उनीहरुको आर्थिक विकासको लागि योजना बनाउनु पर्यो त्यस्तै शैक्षिक योजना पनि हुनु पर्यो
The government received widespread commendation after officially scrapping the long-held transport syndicate. However, the government has not yet made any effort for a practical alternative to the syndicate system, even after 3 months since the issuance of Transport Management Directorate. At the time of breaking the syndicate, the government had brought down the boards of transport committees at the capital's new bus park as an indication to shoulder all the responsibilities of managing public transport by itself. Moreover, the high-ranking government officials had pledged to determine new routes and criteria by the end of June while issuing the Transport Management Directorate. However, the leadership of the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure is recently indifferent towards the government's predetermined policy. The monopoly of the existing committees would nonetheless come to an end by the 17th of July after the mandatory provision of the company model. Experts have been suggesting the government to put a practical end to the transport syndicate so as to actually end the plight being borne by the public. And it's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, why has results of school education degraded despite introduction of grading system? And options are A, lazy students, B, lack of subject teachers, and C, too many experiments. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And before we wrap up, a reminder of the top stories. Prime Minister Oli dubs his China visit as commendable. Main opposition Nepali Congress terms the visit as unnecessarily hyped. Trend of resigning from security institutions to find jobs abroad on the rise recently. The practice more rampant in Nepal police compared to Nepal army and armed police force. Turkey's long-standing leader Recep Tayyip Erdogan reportedly wins the country's presidential polls in the first round. And Poland crashed out of FIFA World Cup after 3-0 defeat by Colombia. Japan and Senegal play a 2-2 draw. And that's all for this hour. Keep watching Kantipur TVST for more news, entertainment and updates on the FIFA World Cup 2018. Goodbye for now.